Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Dude Ski's Adventures in Alaska. I am exhausted. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure you can tell by my face and my voice. The fishing season is broken down to three steps: the show up, which is opening camp, the fishing is the second part, and the third part, which is probably one of the hardest as well, is the close down. That's what we're doing right now. Today is Sunday, August the 2nd, 12:18 p.m. here in Big Creek, Alaska. In 24 hours, tomorrow, Monday the 3rd, at noon, we're being picked up at the beach to go back home. And I decided, they're taking a little break downstairs. We pretty much got all the windows boarded up upstairs. Actually, we do have them. There's only two more windows downstairs that we need to put away to board up, which won't take long. The groceries are pretty much put away. The bikes, what we do with the bikes, we wash them down, get all the mud off of them, pressure wash them, and then we spray them with a mixture of oil and diesel to cover the metal parts for the most part, so that way they don't rust up more than they are. Some of these bikes are a few years old, so they're just going to have some rust on them, right? Put those away. We're finishing up right now. The rest of the day today is to break down the sewer system that we have, which means the sewer, not bucket, but there's a big container out back that we dug a hole in, and it has a pump inside that we flush here goes into that big container, and it gets pumped to the septic tank. It's a septic tank. It gets pumped out all the way back into the septic system that the company has. So we got to break that down today. Break down the water system, flush it out. Yeah, we have to antifreeze it to get it prepared for the winter, because if we don't, then all the pipes will break, everything will bust, and that's not convenient for us for next year. It's a bittersweet feeling knowing that tomorrow I'll be back, and actually by the time you guys see this, I will be already there. So I hope you've enjoyed everything that I've had to share. There's probably a few things that I missed out on this year to say on my podcast. Like, for example, this year, because of COVID, there wasn't a lot of things going on. Usually we can go to the cookhouse and hang out with people. This year we couldn't go. We did have a few other fishermen and their camps that invited us to dinner. The Buffews, the Millers, the Del Kitties, they invited us over. Also, we stopped by and visited the Dudas. And if you guys hear this, thank you again, guys, for the invite. I had a wonderful time hanging out with you guys. It was good to know all y'all, and I can't wait to see you all next year. There was a bonfire down by one of the buyers' stations down here, halfway down the beach. So Emily and Sean one day decided to just kidnap me. I had just taken a shower. It was a few nights ago, maybe a week ago, sometime last week. Went down to the beach, and they had a bonfire going on. They had a few drinks. People were just enjoying it, right? And that was my first time going out there and meeting most of these people, actually. All of them. I didn't know any of them. I've heard of some of their names, but never really actually met them. And Emily was like, hey, if you want to keep coming up here, you need to go and be sociable. Get people to know you. Know your face, know your name. Okay, cool. Kidnap me. Let's go. I only had one beer. It was fun. We played cornhole. I played cornhole for a while. It was a good game. The person I played with, what was his name? Oh man, I forgot his name. Louis. His name was Louis. Pretty good cornhole player. I was talking shit the entire time. And I'm watching this guy Louis play, and he's playing against someone else, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, cool. Is there anybody after you guys? He's like, whoever wants to play, let's go. I'm like, okay. So just be prepared to lose. And he just looked at me like, please, please, whatever. I'm like, hey, man, it wouldn't be competition if we didn't talk shit, right? He was totally on board. It's a good feeling knowing that people can bullshit with you and still have a good humor about it. So I told him, and then our game came up. Sean was my partner. I was like, you ready to lose, Louis? And a big ass smile on my face. He's like, oh, you're talking smack again? I'm like, come on, bro, it's what I do. It was a good night. We were there for maybe 2 hours. By the time we got back to the cabin, it was midnight or just a little bit past it, so it was already kind of dark, which is fine. Woke up the next day, went fishing. No problem. None at all. Then some of the fish buyers, the crew members, they were just hanging around here. I got to meet them and talk to a few of these guys too. And it was pretty cool. Overall, it's been a good season. Pretty decent season as far as numbers goes. A few hiccups here and there between the team members, which is no big deal, but it's alright. I mean, it happens, right? One of our team members ended up going home early, so that's okay. It is what it is. But the numbers of fishing itself, we got, I don't remember the exact number, I think we got like 60,000 pounds. Yeah, it's pretty alright. The price of what they're going to pay, I don't know. That's all Alan's deal. He tells me I will know what I get paid until we get back. Totally fine. Excuse me. Like I've been telling Alan and everybody, I'm not here for the money. It's a plus. It's a good plus. Excuse me. Ugh, burping. It's a plus to get money for being on vacation. This is not a lifestyle for everybody. Like I mentioned previously, you got to actually really enjoy being up here and enjoy fishing. And I do. This is a whole different type of fishing, and hopefully by the time you guys see this, I'll have all the videos up of how we fish and certain things that we do. I mean, it's not detailed, mind you, because there were times where I didn't have my GoPro on me, or it was dead and I couldn't record, or I was just too busy to even just get to record. But what I do have, I hope you guys enjoy it, and I took a lot of pleasure and time, motivation, and I wholeheartedly believe that everybody should know what we do up here. So when you guys eat some fresh Alaskan caught salmon, know it was from us up here. Whether it was from a set netter like myself and my team, which we set out on a beach, or you're a drifter, which you're on a boat with doing the same thing, kind of fishing, or you're a fish buyer, taking our fish to go sell to the company so we can get paid, or if you're a processor, if you work on a tender, which is the boat out there that we take our fish to, whatever position we have up here, we'll all play an important role of how you guys get your fish. And it's pretty interesting up here. I love it. And those of you who find an interest in this, I highly suggest that you find someone to go work with or go work for. Again, whether you work on a boat as a drifter or a crewman here on the set netter or a fish buyer or a processor, whatever, get the chance, if you can, get a chance and take the chance to come up to Alaska. I honestly don't think you'll be disappointed. There's an experience for everybody in every position that you can apply for. Right? Now, will you be able to get the chance? I don't know. I don't have my own permit, so I can't say I can hire anybody. If you want to ask me if you can come with me, I have to ask boss. But he has a lineup of people that want to come with him. I'm in first in line. This is pretty much the last one I'm doing from up here. The last podcast. Like I said, we're taking a break, so I decided to record something for y'all. It's while I've been up here, I read all my books. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I'll make a whole new episode, a whole different episode on what I've learned in these books, and things that I'm going to implement into my future self. Just a quick one thing I've learned, and is exactly what I'm going to be doing, is I learned in one of these books is that the higher performance, the wealthy people, not just wealthy, but like the people that are living their life the way they want to with a purpose, the way they plan their things is they plan their time off first. You heard it right. You plan your time off first. Now, I know it sounds counterproductive to some people, but hear me out. If you plan your time off and you know when you're going to go, you're going to want to work harder in order to make sure that your bills are paid on time, that you'll have the money to make the trip possible, and you have money for on the trip. So that's one thing I'm doing. For me, personally, Alaska is already on my schedule for the next 5 years if Alan will have me up here. Which I don't see why he wouldn't, unless I do something stupid or I get hurt or whatnot. You know, knock on wood, God forbid, right? But that's what I'm saying, is I'm working my way around with the other 10 months. And come next April, the end of April, it's exactly the same thing. Beginning of May, middle of May, boom. I'm done working, and I won't be back to work until mid-August, maybe September. 3 months out of the year, from here on out. And even if I don't work for Alan or anybody else, if I'm blessed enough to get my own permit, guess what I'm doing? Same exact thing. I love being up here. I love being a fisherman. You know, it sounds weird to say to people, but the people that are up here, they're here for a reason. Because they love the lifestyle. They enjoy it. You know, yeah, there's hard work here and there. Your schedule is dictated by the tides, by the fish. If you're, whatever. But going back to my point is, I already have it on my schedule. This, it's on there. Anything in between, that's work. So that's a little side nugget for you guys. Honestly, I can't wait to get back to internet. That way I can see how my customers are doing, how my family's doing, keep up with you guys. You know, when I get back, I have a whole week, probably a week and a half, 2 weeks that I'm going to stick around in Washington. Chelsea's going to take me to some places that are cool for hiking. I'll make videos of those too, don't worry. And podcasts here and there, you know. It's I'm enjoying this. Regardless of the COVID situation that's going around the world, this has been a great summer. Exactly what I've been wanting to do. I've been wanting to come to Alaska for the last 5 years. For the last year, since last summer, I have been deliberately, intentionally, hard-working, putting in hard work in order for me to come up here. And I'm up here. You know, I got what I wanted because I worked for it. And I kept saying it out loud. And I got it done. Next adventure? I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what I can get myself into. See who I meet. Things like that. Oh, and another thing. I might have a few fishermen that I'm trying to convince to do some special interviews for you guys. Whether it's in person, whether it's online, whatever the case may be. I'm going to really try to get some fishermen to get their perspective, you know, because you guys hear from me, and I'm sure some of you might be tired of hearing my voice. Sometimes I am too. Don't worry. But I have one she said she's for sure that wants to do it, for sure. So that's one plus. We'll see who else comes on up after that. But for now, guys, I'll leave you with this. Take care of yourselves. Stay tuned in for the next episode. See y'all later.